Welcome to the next video in a course in discrete mathematics. This is still discussing conditionals, and this is the solution video for the exercises that were introduced in the previous video. So we are going to find the converse, inverse, and contrapositive of the proposition: if this triangle is a right triangle, then it is acute. So the converse is where you just take the two propositions and swap them around. The inverse is where you take the propositions and negate them. And the contrapositive is where you do both. So I think this is probably pretty simple material, so I won't over-explain it. We'll do it again. If the light is green, then you can go. So if you can go, then the light is green, and so on and so on. So it's all very straightforward. Then there's the exercise where we assume that the conditional, if the light is green, then you can go. We assume that this is true. And we also assume that the consequent is false, so we assume you can't go. Right? So the conditional is true, the consequent is false, you can't go. The question is, what can you infer? Well, the only way for these to be consistent is for the antecedent to be false, right? So if the antecedent were true, then you would have to have that the consequent is true. So, but we know it's not, right? In order for the whole conditional to be true. So, so if we had, effectively if, and then a true sentence, then a false sentence, this would be a false proposition. So, the making or the possibility that the antecedent would be true would mean that the conditional would have to be false. But if we're assuming the conditional is not false, it is true, then we cannot have that, and so the antecedent must be false. That is what you can infer from these two things. And I just want to end the video with an invitation to ask questions. If you found anything confusing in this video or in associated parts of the textbook, leave a question in the comments below. And if I can address it in the comments, I will. Or if it needs a whole video, then I'll insert one into the playlist.